Hi everyone, I'm Glenn Flair from Board Games and Bourbon. Right now I want to talk to you about Tricky Tides. It's a brand new game that's on Kickstarter actually right now. And I think it's a game that yearns to be in the big leagues. And I'll tell you why. There's a lot of interesting gameplay in it. And I have before you a layout, and I want to talk about the implications of the gameplay. Yes, I'll talk about how you do play it, but the ramifications of it. So in this game, it is a pick up and deliver game. Your ships going around in these various islands trying to get resources, and you're trying to complete these contracts. You're going to have daily events occur. You're going to have a beast, that are going to be attacking you and stuff and changing the situation. The game occurs over 3 rounds, and the person at the end of the 3 rounds with the most points is going to win. So how do you score points, and what's the setup? Well, you're going to score points in this game by completing these contracts. These contracts are worth various points. And what you do on your turn is you pick up items here. You put them on your ship, like this is a yellow ship. You're the yellow player. You can have up to 7. Everybody can have up to 7. And then on your next turn, you move and you drop them off and you complete a contract. Now, how do you move in the game? Well, that's interesting. Movement in the game is predicated by a stage 1 auction of sorts, where everyone gets some cards and you're going to play them. The first player will play a card, and a card will have a suit, whether it be, you can say it's the color or a dragon or whatever you want to call it, okay? They play this card, and the highest card within the suit goes first, then it goes through all the cards in the suit, and then it goes off suits, and that's the order of gameplay. But all these cards are different. Once you choose them, like let's take a look here, you have to find the coordinate north on this. And what this is saying to us is that you may move either east or west with this card. 2 was the auction phase, but east and west is what you can do in this card. At some point in the game, if you played this card, you would be able to go nearly every direction except 2 of them, okay? And they're color-coded right in the center of that compass. This one over here, this yellow card, says you can go in every direction except south. 1, of course. Now, what does it matter what direction you move in? Well, bidding kind of has a lot involved with it. It not only tells you where you go, but it tells you when you're going to get the resources. And if you pick up the resources from an island, you've taken all the resources, or at least the resources someone else might need. Okay, so you have to kind of balance urgency, playing smart and playing to win there, right? Because you need to get your stuff. Okay, so you're doing that. You're moving around the board. You're trying to have orders. Now, you're not only thinking about trying to fill these contracts with different values, like clearly a 6-point contract will give you more points at the end of the game, but you're also thinking about this symbol on it. And what does that matter? Well, every player is going to have a unique card, and the card tells you you're going to get different points based on your contract. So here, I have a shark as my number 1 icon. That would give me 3 points if I fill that kind of contract. This is a whale. That would give me 3. So everyone has slightly different conditions. Add on to that fact that you can kind of mess things up, because if you want to change course, you can actually put an anchor and ignore the cardinal directions on your card. Okay, so that's a nice little rub. 2 more things in the game that I want to talk about. This game has 3 rounds in it, okay? And at the beginning of every round, you're going to pull one of these situation cards. These are kind of like daily fat cards. Okay, so look here. This says resupply. Whenever you move to an island that has one of your starting ports on it, draw 3 random goods from the bag. Okay, so what does that mean? How do you have a port? Well, your ship, if you notice, there's these little icons. I could have started my red ship here. I could have started my red ship here. If I was the blue player, I would have started here. Notice I have my little ship right where it says blue. Somewhere else on the board up in this far corner, there's another blue icon. I could have started anywhere. And this is telling me, okay, if I went and I grabbed my resources, I would have been able to grab extras if I was at that port. And there's a whole bunch of conditions there. I'll let you discover those for yourself. Then there is one more implication. So what you see is kind of like the layering of complications. So you start with the base game, and then you build up and you add the events, and now we're going to add this too in here, okay? And these are monsters. Now these monsters have different effects. Like for instance, look at this art. So cool. And in person looks better than in imagery. But this whale would start somewhere that has the whale icon on it, okay? And all the monsters do different things. Let's see, I have a piece of paper over here with this specifics here. So what it says here is during the setup, place a monster standing above an island that shows the image of the corresponding monster. And then it talks about what the monster abilities are. So the sharks, they're going to eat goods off the island. The octopus can use its long arms to move goods between islands. The sea dragon, wherever that is, it breathes magic fire onto goods and transforms them. And then the whale will spout new goods onto islands, and you can draw stuff. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff going on there, and you can see, from that this is very much kind of like a Euro. It's as fulfilling as any large Euro I've played. There was one called, I want to say, not Osiris. Sailing Towards Osiris is a great game, but there was one called like Orpheus or something like that reminded me of this. It's actually a really great big game. Now, I should also mention, when you fulfill a contract, you take it and then you replace it. It gives you a big bundle of cards over here that you can do. So between the variability of where the islands are, what contracts are on there, what player you start with, when this comes out, there is so much replayability in here. So this is actually a game that I'm hoping to pick up myself. I would encourage you to. I haven't even gotten to the quality of the artwork, which is really, really cool. I mean, my goodness me. Now, I forget the technical name of this. I want to call it pointillism because it looks like it's a bunch of little dots. But boy, is it fantastic. Okay, very engrossing. All right, so that is Tricky Tides. What did I do with the box here? Kaboomsies. Okay, check that out. It's out right now, and I think you'll make a good purchase. Thanks, guys.